know that thing where everything is finally going well, but instead of enjoying it, you somehow blow it up? You will understand exactly why that happens by the end of this video. And it's not what you think. So last week we talked about the voice that says you can't change. The one that pipes up the moment you start doing things differently. But here's what I didn't tell you. There's something that happens after you push through that voice. When things are actually working. When you are consistent. When you start feeling good. And then, out of nowhere, you do that thing. The thing where you quit, you spiral, you spend the money you say you wouldn't, you skip the routine you finally built, you pick the fight, you eat the thing, you just blow it up. And you sit there afterwards thinking, what was that? I was doing so well. What was I thinking? Right? Like you were doing it and then you just weren't. Here's what I finally figured out. That's not you being weak. That's not you lacking willpower. That's a pattern. And it has a name. It's called self-sabotage. And once you see what's actually driving it, you can't unsee it. So here's what most people get wrong about self-sabotage. They think it's a character flaw, like you just don't want it enough, or you secretly don't believe you deserve success, or you're just like wired to ruin things. But that's not what's happening, like not even close. Self-sabotage is a protection system, same as the voice we talked about last week. Your brain learned a long time ago that success, change, feeling good, those things are unfamiliar. And remember, unfamiliar feels dangerous to your nervous system. Not because they are actually bad for you, but because they are new. So here's what happens. You start doing well, you start building momentum, and your brain goes, whoa, 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 whoa. We don't know this version of you. We know the version that struggles. We know the version that starts and stops. That version is safe because it's predictable. And your brain will always choose predictable over better. Always. And here's the part nobody talks about. Self-sabotage doesn't show up when you're failing. It shows up when you're succeeding. Think about it. When you're already off track, there's nothing to sabotage. You are already in the familiar zone. But the moment things start clicking, the moment you have been consistent for a couple of weeks, couple of days even, the moment your savings start growing, the moment your routine is actually sticking, that's when it hits. Because now you actually have something to lose. Now there's a gap between where you are and where you could fall back to. And your brain hates this gap. Let me give you a real example. I was doing really well with my spending for like a couple weeks or like 3 weeks, I don't know. Like genuinely tracking things, not impulse buying, feeling in control. And then one night, I don't even remember what happened. I just went online, mindless scrolling. Suddenly, my cart was full of things I convinced myself I needed, especially the things on sale. So I checked out. Like I didn't even think about it until that confirmation email came through. And at first I was like, what is wrong with me? I was doing so well. But looking back, I can see it now. Things were going way too well. I was in unfamiliar territory. Feeling in control was new, and my brain panicked and needed to get back to the version of me it knew. That version that messes up with money. because that version is safe. Sound familiar? Okay, if this makes sense, like if you're sitting there going, oh my God, that's so me, can you do me a favor and hit the like button? It actually helps the video reach more people who might need to hear this. And I'm a small channel, so it really helps me too. Thank you. Okay, so here's what I actually do about it when I see that it will happen again. 3 things. None of them are complicated, but all of them take practice. Number 1, notice it without making a verdict. The old me would spiral after a sabotage moment. Like, see, I knew you couldn't do it. I knew I would ruin it. But now I try to catch it and just say, okay, that happened. That's the pattern showing up, not proof that I can't change. Because it's not. It's proof that change is actually working. That's why the pattern is fighting back. Number 2, name the moment. When you feel that pull to blow something up, just say it out loud. I am about to self-sabotage because things are going well. Say it to yourself. Say it to someone you trust. Say it out loud. Say it in your head. But just say it. Just name it. Because the moment you name it, you create a tiny gap between you and the pattern. And that gap is where you get to choose differently. Number 3, shrink the recovery window. This one is big. The old version of me, after a sabotage moment, would go all in on the spiral. Like one bad night would turn into a bad week. That would turn into, well, the month is ruined anyway, right? Like one slip up and suddenly you're starting over from 0. But here's what I learned. 80% consistent beats the 100% that never lasts. So the goal isn't to never mess up. The goal is when and if you mess up, you get back on track faster. Shrink that gap between the fall and the recovery. That changed the whole game. So here's what I want you to take from this. Self-sabotage isn't you being broken. It's the opposite. It's your brain reacting to the fact that you are actually changing. And that's uncomfortable. And uncomfortable feels dangerous, even if it's not. You are not failing. You were just in the part of change that nobody warned you about. The part where things go right and your brain panics. The goal isn't to never self-sabotage again. Life happens, we can't control that. The goal is to see it coming, name it, and get back on track faster every time. Okay, now tell me in the comments. Have you ever blown something up right when it was going well? Like you knew you were doing it and you did it anyway. Let me know because I know I can't be the only one, right? Thank you so much for being here and I'll see you on the next one.